What's up everyone, it's Kelly and today I've got another swatch review for you. So today I am partnering up with Cirque Colors to show you their newest releases, and we've got a couple of exciting things this month. The first of which is a nail polish collaboration with Mxmtoon, and then we also have a new Do Good polish, and they just came out with a new peel off base coat. So before I get into the review, let's talk a little bit about Cirque Colors if you haven't heard of them before. They are an independent nail polish brand that is based in the US, and all of their products are 10-free, meaning they are free of 10 of the potentially harmful ingredients that can be found in nail polish. They are vegan, meaning they do not use any animal-derived ingredients, and they're also cruelty-free, meaning they do not test their products on animals. So I'm going to start off with the nail polish collection. Like I said, it's in collaboration with Mxmtoon. We've got 6 new nail polishes, and they're all like kind of jelly vibes. And then I'm also going to show you their new Do Good polish, which if you haven't heard of that before, Do Good is their fundraising initiative. So they come out with different polishes in support of different causes, and so far they've raised $50,000 for different causes, which is really amazing. And then I'll also show you the new peel off base coat. So yeah, let's just dive right into the swatches, then we can talk a little bit more about pricing, availability, and all my thoughts on them. So roll the swatch footage. So I am going to be using just regular Cirque base coat for these swatches, but we are going to go over the peel off base coat at the end of the swatches as well. So starting off with the Mxmtoon collection, like I said, we've got 6 new nail polishes, and they're pretty much a soft rainbow of colors. I'm going to go in reverse order, you'll see why at the end. But this first shade is called Porcelain Plum, and it's a really gorgeous, very pinky toned, light orchid purple base color. And then we have this gorgeous pinky shimmer running throughout, as well as a touch of silver hollow sparkle. And I am really impressed with this one. Actually, all of these shimmers in the collection did give me 2-coat coverage, but I will say that 2-coat coverage does give a slightly jelly-like look, so if you don't love that, you can build it up to 3 coats. Next up, we have the shade Crying Contest, which is again that same shimmer formula in a different color. So this time we actually have more of a periwinkle blue base, and then within that we have this soft, almost champagne colored shimmer running throughout, as well as that subtle hollow sparkle. And this one was a little bit more sheer, but I actually loved the coverage in 2 coats. It gave me really even and smooth coverage, so there was no patchiness, but you could still see just a touch of that visible nail line, which is my ideal look for this type of shimmer. I think it's really soft and delicate and gorgeous, but again, you can build it up to a 3rd coat. You'll still get the same color, but you won't see the visible nail line. Next, we have the shade Introverde, and this one is again that shimmery formula, and this time we have this soft, almost sage green base color, and then we have a duochrome shimmer. So looking at it head on, it actually gives more of this pinky fuchsia color, but then around the edges you can see a little bit more of orange into gold, and then it also has that silver hollow sparkle running throughout just to give it a little extra added touch. And again, I love this formula in 2 coats. This is like my ideal very slightly sheer shimmer vibe, and I think it keeps the colors looking so soft and delicate, but you still get a really gorgeous shade on your nails. Moving on, we have a couple of jellies in the collection. This one is called Go Away, and this one is a yellow jelly, and it's definitely on the lighter, softer side. So for me, I always classify jellies between 2 different kinds. So there's the kind that are very clear and almost like jelly or jello, and they're squishy. And then we have this kind, which I identify as more of being like a milky sheer, like it reminds me of milk tea. And that's what this one is. It has that milky sort of vibe to it. You still get that intense shine and that squishiness, and you can still do jelly sandwiches or jelly layering, but you get that sort of milkiness that looks really cute, and honestly it gives me very spring vibes. And then we have the other jelly of the collection. This one is called Fuyū jelly, and this one is an orange, and I actually was really impressed with this because, like I said, I do like to classify my jellies between 2 different kinds, and I feel like this shade in particular is almost a mix of both. So you get that half squishy sheer shine, but then you get half this sort of milky cloudiness that builds up. So I really love this formula. It's not like any other jellies I have, and it's really gorgeous. You can build it up without having any patchiness or areas where it's more sheer. So it gave me really even and smooth coverage, and I definitely loved that. And then we have the final shade in the Mxmtoon collection, and that one is Glitter Glue, and this one is an iridescent flake glitter topper, and I absolutely love this. First of all, I love it on its own. I tried it out in 1 coat to start, and I I love the way this looks. There is just something to me about an iridescent topper over the naked nail that just looks stunning. But of course, I did want to build it up so we could get a little bit more coverage, and I ended up going in with 3 coats, and I think that covered up my nail pretty well. You could still see a hint of that visible nail line, but in that 3 coats, you almost get that pinky tone that starts to come out from this shimmer. So I think that looks really gorgeous when you build it up especially, but you can also wear this as a topper over any color. So I did some experimenting. First, I wanted to try it over Go Away because I just think there's something really gorgeous about that milky base color combined with iridescence, and it did look really stunning. That pinky coloring did not change the yellow underneath it, but you still get that fun iridescence. And then, of course, I had to try a jelly sandwich. So I combined Fuyū jelly with glitter glue, and that's actually what I'm wearing in the intro and outro to this video. And I love this manicure. I love the way that Fuyū jelly looks over glitter glue. There's something about that jelly that just softens all of the iridescent color into this yellow, orange, and pink color scheme, and it is just such a beautiful combination. I really look forward to experimenting with glitter glue over other jelly colors, but I am very pleased with this first combination I did. It's given me like orange sherbet vibes kind of. So I really enjoyed that one. So to get this effect, I did a layer of the jelly, a layer of the glitter, a layer of the jelly, and then another layer of the glitter, and then I topped it off with the jelly. So it's actually 5 coats on my nails, but it didn't really feel like that much. So here are all of the shades together from the collaboration collection, and as you can see, it gives this really soft pastel sort of rainbow, and I love all of the different finishes here. The shimmers are so gorgeous, and they still give me that slightly sheer vibe. And then of course we have the 2 jellies, which I am a huge jelly fan, so I always love that. And then we have the glitter that can either be used as a topper or worn on its own, and I just think it's a really great combination of colors. We have the whole rainbow, but we also have so many different finishes and combinations to play with. Now, before we get back into discussing the pricing and all that, I want to show you their new Do Good polish, which is called Chrysalis, and this polish is benefiting True Colors United, which is a nonprofit organization that implements solutions to youth homelessness, specifically focusing on the needs of LGBTQIAP+ youth in the US. So this shade is a glitter topper that has a whole bunch of different shapes and colors in it, and then we've also got some neon matte glitters as well as some hollow glitters, and there's a couple of different ways that you can wear a glitter bomb like this. The first of which is if you just apply it onto your nails and then use the bottle brush to kind of dab on the different shapes in different spots. But what I like to do is I like to pour some out onto a palette. First, I like to apply a very, very thin coat with the brush wiped off, just in case there's any little micro glitters that I want to have in the background of my manicure. And then I'll take an orange wood stick and I'll individually place each of the glitters onto my nail. And it can get to be a little bit tedious of a process, but honestly, I think it's a lot of fun to do that way. It feels like I'm doing nail art, but it doesn't require any sort of technical skill. And I can really individually apply each nail so that I have a certain color scheme or a certain shape scheme going on my nails. And I think that way is really fun. So this is how I like to wear it, but you can do it either way. And then the last thing I want to talk about is the paint and peel base coat, which I'm very excited about. I love a peel off base coat. It's really useful, especially when you're working with manicures that are usually difficult to remove, like glitter nail polish. So you can apply this as your base coat underneath your manicure, and then when you're ready to take it off, you just peel it off, and then there you have your clean nail without having to do any crazy amount of scrubbing. So those are all the polishes, and I have to say I really enjoyed them. I loved the collaboration collection with Mxmtoon. I feel like this is right up my alley in terms of vibe. We have like those soft jelly colors, and really it's just a pastel rainbow. So I thought those were really gorgeous. I love the new wide flat brush with the rounded tip. I think it just makes application so easy, especially for a jelly type of polish where you want it to be smooth across the nail. I think it just makes such a difference in application. And then of course, I love their Do Good polishes, but this one in particular is really gorgeous. So I was very pleased to see that as well. All of the Cirque polishes are 11 milliliters, and like I said, they do come with the wide flat brush that has the rounded rounded tip. As far as the Mxmtoon collection, the price does vary based on the finish. So the jelly polishes retail for $12.50 USD each. The shimmers retail for $14.50 USD. And then we have the iridescent flakie, and that retails for $16.50 USD. They do have a discounted rate. If you get the full set, then it retails for $74.50 USD. I didn't mention during my swatches, but all of the Mxmtoon polishes come in these little special edition boxes, and they're super cute. They're like little composition notebook style, and they have little doodles, and they're just every color of the rainbow, so they're really cute. But back to pricing, the Do Good polish retails for $16.50 USD, and like I said, that is a fundraising polish, so it does benefit True Colors United. And then the Peel Off base coat is retailing for $12.50 USD, and that is going to be a permanent part of their nail care line. Now, I do have an affiliate discount code with Cirque, so if you use the code KELLI, you can get 10% off your first order there. It does only work for one-time use, so I recommend just getting as much as you can and using that discount code on one big order. But yeah, I will have everything linked down in the description. You can check that out if you're interested. But yeah, that's it for my review, but I would love to hear from you guys. What do you think of the new collection? What do you think of the new Do Good polish? Leave it all in the comments. We can chat about it. If you enjoy my swatch and review videos, please give this one a thumbs up. It lets me know I'm doing a good job. And if you're not already subscribed to my channel, please consider subscribing. I put out new videos every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. And of course, a huge shout out to my supporters on Patreon, my royal astronomer Amanda M, as well as my cosmic admirals Rocket Man's daughter, Paula, Ken, Rosie, and Courtney. I really appreciate your support, and I'll see you all in my next video. Bye. Today's fun fact question comes from Patreon supporter Anne, and Anne wants to know, we all know why long nails don't work for you, but what nail shape have you found just does not suit you? That's a good question. I haven't really experimented with too many different nail shapes. For those of you who don't know, I do like to keep my nails short, just personal preference, because I prefer the way that it feels. I do wear contact lenses, and I feel like I'm always poking my eyes with my nails when they get too long. And also just in general, I feel like I use my hands a lot, and it's just not easy for me to keep them long, and I also just prefer the way they look shorter. But as far as shape, I've almost always had the square nail shape. Actually, at the moment, my dominant hand is rounded, just because I was getting frustrated. When you have square nails, the edges are so sharp, and sometimes they can really scratch you up, and every once in a while I get really annoyed with them and I just cut them to rounded, but I don't ever do it on the hand that I do my swatches on. But I feel like in terms of shapes that I like and would love to try, I feel like they wouldn't work with shorter nails. Like, I love the coffin shape, but I can't do that because my nails are too short for it. And I also love like a very almond shape kind of vibe, but I feel like when my nails at my length are rounded, they just look round. They don't really give like that long oval kind of look. So yeah, I haven't really tried any others just because I don't like keeping my nails long. So I'm kind of missing out. But I do feel like there are some shapes that I just don't love in general, that I've never tried on myself, but I just don't love the way they look. I've seen people do asymmetrical nails where it's kind of like at an angle, and I don't like the way that looks. I also feel like that would definitely be just begging me to poke myself in the eye. And then also when people have their nail kind of like splayed out at the end, I don't love that look either. But yeah, I feel like there was a period where people were telling me that my square nails looked a little dated, but I didn't think that they were. And I feel like it's just square and round are like the two classic styles in my opinion. So I'm probably never going to change from the square nails, as long as I'm on YouTube at least. But yeah, I'm curious to hear if anybody else has had any experience with nail shapes that just did not work for them. So let me know in the comments, and I'll see you all in my next video.